Welcome to Bible Reader Companion. Our Bible reading this week is John chapters 3 through 12, and our memory verse this week is John chapter 3 and verse 21, in which Jesus says, "But he who does the truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be clearly seen, that they have been done in God." We looked so far this week at the fact that evil likes to hide in darkness, and that the light exposes the truth, and that those who are in the truth desire to be there, and that Jesus, in coming, didn't suddenly make men evil, but only exposed the evil and the darkness, and provided an opportunity to be saved from that condemnation that is associated with evil and darkness. We want to look today at some further things that are connected with this as we look at John chapter 5, beginning in verse 19. John 5, beginning in verse 19, in the New King James says, "Then Jesus answered and said to them, Most assuredly I say to you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he sees the Father do. For whatever he does, the Son of Man does in like manner. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all things that he himself does, and he will show him greater works than these, that you may marvel. For as the Father raises the dead and gives life to them, even so the Son gives life to whom he will. For the Father judges no one, but has committed all judgment to the Son, that all should honor the Son just as they honor the Father. He who does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. Most assuredly I say to you, he who hears my word and believes him who sent me has everlasting life, and shall not come into judgment, but is passed from death into life. Most assuredly I say to you, the hour is coming, and now is, when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. For as the Father has life in himself, so he has granted to the Son to have life in himself. He has given him authority to execute judgment also, because he is the Son of Man. Do not marvel at this, for the hour is coming in which all who are in the graves will hear his voice and come forth. Those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of condemnation." As we come to the end of this section, we hear those words again that we heard in John chapter 3, the words of evil and condemnation. But now we see some further contrast and some further learning about this, and that is that Jesus, the Son of God, will be the one who brings judgment. You know, sometimes our hope is, when we go in to face judgment in a court of law, is that those who are rendering judgment will be blinded by something that we can say or that we can do, that maybe that our deeds will not be clearly exposed. And yet Jesus, the one who exposes all evil and darkness, is the one who will be the one bringing judgment. And he is the one who has the ability to either sentence us to death, an eternal death for that evil, in which he says the resurrection of condemnation, an eternity separated from God and his love, or to provide those who have come to the light, those who are doing the truth, to enjoy the blessing of life with him, to come forth those who have done good to the resurrection of life. What is the key here? It's the same thing as it was back in John 3. Verse 24, he says, "Most assuredly I say to you, he who hears my word and believes in him who sent me has everlasting life, and shall not come into judgment, but is passed from death into life." How do we look forward to the idea of life and avoiding the condemnation of evil? Jesus says the same thing here as he said before. We have to believe in him. We have to believe that he is the Son of God, that he and the Father are working together as one, and that only by believing and trusting in them do we have hope for the resurrection of life. Will you continue to hide in darkness with evil? Or will you come to the truth and let your deeds be exposed because they are in the truth? As is stated in our memory verse, he who does the truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be clearly seen, that they have been done in God. Thank you for thinking on these things, and we hope you'll join us again tomorrow.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook for more content like this.